Imagine you are a king 603 years before Christ, ruling with absolute power, and you suddenly see Jesus face to face. What would you do? Many people don't realize that Jesus appeared in the Old Testament, an event recorded in the book of Daniel. This story takes place in Babylon, under the rule of the proud and ruthless king Nebuchadnezzar, who sought to dominate the known world, including Egypt and Judah. Nebuchadnezzar had captured several young Jewish men, including Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, who were renamed Belteshazzar, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, respectively. The king commissioned a massive golden statue, standing 90 feet tall, and decreed that all officials must bow to it or face being thrown into a fiery furnace. During the grand ceremony, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego refused to bow, standing firm in their faith despite immense pressure. Certain Chaldeans, driven by jealousy, reported their defiance to Nebuchadnezzar, who, though enraged, gave them a chance to recant. They responded bravely, declaring that their God could save them from the furnace, but even if he did not, they would not worship the idol. Furious, Nebuchadnezzar ordered the furnace to be heated 7 times hotter than usual. The 3 men were bound and thrown in, but the heat was so intense that it killed the soldiers who cast them into the flames. Astonishingly, as Nebuchadnezzar watched, he saw 4 men walking unharmed in the fire, the 4th resembling a son of the gods, likely a pre-incarnate appearance of Christ. The king was astounded, calling them out of the furnace. Not a hair on their heads was singed, nor did they smell of smoke. Nebuchadnezzar praised their God, decreeing that no one should speak against him, and promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in Babylon. This miraculous event demonstrated God's power to deliver his faithful followers. Christians today can draw inspiration from their unwavering faith, trusting that God is always present, even in trials. Though we may face persecution or suffering, we can have hope, knowing that life after death awaits us. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego's story is a timeless example of civil disobedience for a higher moral cause, showcasing God's supreme authority over earthly powers. Jesus is referenced throughout the Old Testament, sometimes explicitly and other times symbolically. He affirmed this himself, stating that Moses wrote about him, John 5 verse 46. The entire Bible, from the Old Testament prophecies to New Testament fulfillment, points to Jesus as God's promised Messiah. From the story of Abraham and Isaac to the lives of other biblical figures, many events foreshadow Christ's mission. Jesus is the central figure of the Bible, offering reconciliation, forgiveness, and eternal life to all who believe.